Alright, playing against Purple Steel. Yeah, I think we're fine to keep these 3 cards. They're all inkable, plus Maui should be pretty good in the matchup. Merlin's going to be pretty good on turn 3 with the Cusco. And Jafar just eats mini. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure at the moment what we should ink. I think since we're not going to play mini on 3, maybe we'll just get rid of her. Yeah, they don't have access to Maui because they're on Steel, so I think I feel fine just questing with the Merlin. If they want to trade with Fox, that's completely fine. And on the following turn, if they just want to quest, I can just trade then and let Merlin eat, or my Rabbit Merlin eat their Rabbit Merlin. They grab your sword and then have their Merlin eat mine. But yeah, Beast is definitely best play right here, my opinion. Interesting, yeah, they didn't turn anything sideways. Yeah, that makes sense. So here they have these 2 at 3, willpower. I want to use Teeth and Ambitions to deal damage to Beast. That way he doesn't draw cards. I'm just thinking about the other thing I do this turn. I could use Grab to sing and then deal just 2 damage to the rabbit but leave him readied. Yeah, I think that's probably the best play here. And then Goat can challenge anything. We'll play him instead of Maui. We would have obviously played Maui this turn if they turned their guys sideways. Yep. That's fine. Draw from there. Well, I mean, their rabbit still dies when they challenge our crab, so not a huge deal. Okay. We don't want to ink friends, but I think Killing Beast is the play. However, we have 2 copies of Be Prepared. So we can just ink the Maui, play Rabbit, and then just plan on playing Be Prepared on the following turn, depending on what they do. So maybe we just don't need to use Maui here. Let's just play Rabbit instead, and we're actually happy to ink Maleficent here. Just keep our Maui for the future. They're not drawing cards with their Beast, so it's not a huge deal. We don't mind if they want to quest for 2 with it. If they put something big in play, we can just sing Friends with Rabbit and play Be Prepared. If they don't want to add anything to the board, in that case, we can just play Ursula. Okay, they don't do anything. So we'll definitely sing Friends. And just ink this mini. Play Ursula. They'll have a lore advantage, but we have pretty significant card advantage at the moment. You want to play Elsa, or once again put something big into play, yeah, now we can just be prepared. Sure, and they just killed our Ursula. We're totally fine with that. We'll just ink Teeth and then play Be Prepared. Yeah, we had some other lines of like Maui plus Teeth and Ambitions, but we have 2 Be Prepareds. They're not inkable. Let's just like get one of those out of the way now. Ursula's good, hopefully for their case. Yeah, they have a 1-drop to go with it. Man, it's a lot of uninkable cards. Okay, so let's just ink the Maui. Another spot where we have some options, we can just play another Be Prepared and that's fine, or we can play Elsa and tap both of those down. Although that just makes our Tremaines pretty bad, so let's just play our second Be Prepared. And just sit on our huge card advantage. They play another 2 things, we can just tap them down with Elsa, or we can play Tremaine. If we ink something, okay, they do nothing. They're doing nothing. We'll just play our Rabbit and continue on with the card advantage. We can probably keep 1 Mim in our hand just for the like Tremaine plus shift. We're not desperate for cards right now. We could just use Mim to bounce the Rabbit once more, but I don't think that's necessary. They could play just double grab your sword here. Not too afraid of that though. Okay, that's fair. So pretty easy Tremaine here. And we have a backup Mim in hand, so let's just use this one to bounce the Rabbit. Then we can ink one of these. Just play the Rabbit again. And they have to have 2 grab your swords to kill everything. We'd have to top deck it just now because we know one of their cards is an Elsa. Assuming just Elsa here again. So here we can start off just singing Friends with Rabbit. And then we can also shift Tremaine. They have to sack their Maleficent here. and we can just bounce both of these Tremaines to our hand and replay Tremaine. Use our ink perfectly, and we just clear their board while keeping ours. And then they once again have to clear our board with 2 copies of Grab Your Sword, and then we still have plenty of things after that. Yep, okay. Like to assume that's a concession. Oh, they have 1. Yep. Yep, alright, cool. On the play, this game versus the Mirror, I'd assume, or at least Ruby Amethyst. So we know Mini is incredible in the Mirror match, just getting that in play on turn 3 is amazing, so I think we'll definitely get rid of the Uninkables, and I think we're fine to get rid of Goat as well. Let's just find some inkable cards. Actually, yeah, this hand's great. We're fine inking one of the minis. And we're probably fine to ink one of the copies of Friends since we're going to have such an aggressive start. We'd rather have Snake Mim over Cusco, honestly. If we can rip that. Nope, not today. Yeah, we'll ink. Actually, do we need to play Cusco here? Yeah, let's do it. Since if our hand wasn't so aggressive, I think we would just not play anything on 2 and then ink the Cusco. That way we'd have multiple copies of Friends, but with 2 minis, I think we're fine to just curve out. Okay, we'll definitely quest both of these. And we really wanted to draw an inkable here. Yeah, let's just ink this Friends and try to get real aggressive with these minis. As long as they don't have Peter Pan's Shadow, I think we'll be fine, because they shouldn't have too many answers to these minis. We're kind of just gambling here. If they have, like, Foxmim right now into Shadow on turn 4, we're kind of boned. Fidget's pretty good. We could find a Teeth and Ambitions. No. Okay, well, let's play Maleficent here and see what we draw. Crab. Crab, unfortunately, doesn't really help against the Fidget. So we'll just ink him. I mean, if he quests, if the opponent quests with Fidget, we can use our mini to trade. Just don't know how good that is, honestly. A copy of Peter Pan's Shadow could trade with the Fidget. Snake Mim isn't terrible. So yeah, we'll just quest with the team. And then we can just... I mean, we're gonna use one for ink anyways. Play that, ink the other. We're almost out of cards in hand, but at least we have a ton of lore. And their Fidget can get max value here. They can eat either Cusco or Mini. I'm assuming Mini, since they won't draw a card. And then on the following turn, Fidget can trade, or yeah, they can trade with anything else. Unless they want to do something similar and like play Snake Mem and replay it. But I think they're gonna win the long game anyways because they have so many more cards than we do. They're just better off trading off their resources that they have on board now and trying to play the long game. Yeah. Killing 2 there and then killing our Maleficent's pretty good. Okay, well that's a good card to ink for sure. Now, we don't have to have our Cusco quest. What we could do here is just eat 2 of their things and then play Tremaine afterwards. We won't get the 2 lore from these, but I think it's fine. Yeah, so we can just eat that, and then Mim can eat their Cusco. Which isn't great because they draw a card, but at least we get to get rid of something that they have in play. Most likely the 2/2 Maleficent. We'll play this before in case they don't know if we're going to quest or not. Obviously we are going to quest, but we're just giving away information by questing with Minnie first. Sure, yeah, either way, Maleficent is the correct choice. So their Fidget, I'm assuming, is going to trade with our Minnie. And then we just have to hope that we can squeeze out as much lore as possible. Rabbit, okay. We don't mind Rabbit at all. If Minnie wants to challenge the Cusco, I'm totally fine with that. That I'm not super happy with drawing, but okay, well, you're just gonna quest. We're not gonna ink this Maleficent. Oh, that's awkward. Okay. I'm assuming here we're gonna play Maui. They might play their own Tremaine. Sure. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, only plays Rabbit. And yeah, inking the crab is fine. Want to get to as much lore as possible and force them to play Be Prepared. We definitely don't want to spend a turn playing one of ours. That would create a horrible tempo advantage for our opponent. It's crazy. The only reason our opponent has a chance this game is because of that stupid Fidget on turn 3. If they just didn't have that, then our minis would have just destroyed them. It would have ended the game real quick. Okay. Well, out of the options that I have, I don't really care to play Ursula here, just because they can sing their Be Prepared and play something else. But I think playing a Be Prepared is worse. And playing Rabbit is just worse. So let's just start off by playing our Ursula. Maybe we don't need to ink this just yet. Either way, we're going to quest. I'm trying to think of next turn if I want to play a 5 plus a 4, which I don't think I will. So yeah, I don't see any merit in inking this many, especially since we're so close to the win. Obviously, if we had something else to ink, we 100% would have played it because of this exact scenario. They have another Tremaine. Yeah. What's unfortunate is that we have to play Be Prepared now. Okay. Okay, so we have a way to rebuild after this. So we actually don't need to play this small mini. We'll be able to either ink something and then play Ursula plus Mim. Okay. Yeah, a couple of options here. They probably have all removal in hand. So we could play Snake, or I mean Merlin plus Snake, but we just inked already. So that won't use our ink to the max. I think we'll just play Ursula, draw with that, and then Bouncer. They want to play a dragon, that means they can't use their spellbook. Spellbook is pretty good in this situation. If I had Spellbook instead of Peter Pan's Shadow, that would be an advantage. We don't need Maui. We can start by drawing 3 if we want. We just inked, we can't play Ursula plus Rabbit, but we can hard cast Friends and play Ursula. They've played 2 copies of Tremaine. They should only have 1 more. I mean, they could be playing 4. We just don't want them to trade with our Mims and then jam their own Tremaine. Let's just draw 2 first. And yeah, we'll play Ursula here. Now, if we quest, we don't play around the 3rd copy of Tremaine. But if we don't do anything, we don't play around Be Prepared or Maleficent Dragon. So I'd rather play around the cards they're more likely to have than something that they're less likely to have. Elsa, okay. Elsa's pretty good here. So thinking about our following turn, we still have some options. We can play Monstrous Dragon here and just kill their Elsa. That leaves both of these in play. Or we can Be Prepared, ink a dragon, and then play Merlin Rabbit. But I think our board is actually better than theirs as long as we can get rid of their Elsa. So I think playing dragon's the best play. And with this line, we actually don't need to ink anything because there's not really merit to, I don't think. So we just won't. Mim can challenge our Mim, or they can just quest, do Spellbook and play Be Prepared, which, I mean, can't really do anything about that. Okay, so this turn we can get 2 things into play. We'll start off with Rabbit. Okay. They can quest for 2, play another Be Prepared up to 17. And play something else. So they play Goat up to 18. Yeah, I just think playing Goat is actually better than playing Tremaine. Let's just do that. Just go up to 19. Yeah, okay, cool. That may have seemed obvious, but I just wanted to calculate like what would happen if they played Ursula instead. But even against an Ursula, it's definitely better just to play the Goat, so. Okay, game 3 against what I assume is the Mirror once again on the play, which is nice. We have the Snake. Probably get rid of most of these. We'll just keep Snake and probably just 1 Goat. We really want to find a 1-drop and a mini. Cool. Found a 1-drop and a mini. That's excellent. So starting off, we'll just get rid of the Maui. Furthest away from playing that. We know we want to play just repeat minis. We just have to hope once again that they don't have something to deal with those. Easy ink and the big dragon. Yeah, we'll easily run away with this game if they just don't have Shadow plus a rush character or Fidget. Okay, we're both doing the same thing. Once again, though, if they have Shadow here, it's going to be pretty bad. I think we might just lose on the spot to Peter Pan Shadow, to be honest, because that just is able to eat both of our minis. That plus their mini can just eat both of them. Okay. So they're most likely to challenge our Mim with their Mim if they don't have Maui. But if they do, they're just going to be questing still. That makes sense. Okay. Okay, well, our own Shadow's pretty good here. We would ink Maleficent, but we are on the aggressive. We want to close the game out sooner than later. So I'm trying to think here about what I should do with this Mim. And they can have Maui on the following turn. And if we trade with their Mim, that means their Maui just gains no value. The issue with that is that they have a Tremaine on the following turn. That just means that they get one of our evasives. But we have Goat, so as weird as it looks, I think we might actually just trade with their Mim here. Yeah, trading with their Mim will just throw off their plan. I could just leave it ready though. Yeah, we'll just trade with theirs. We still have Goat on the following turn, and at least Goat will be able to be Tremaine fodder. Okay, they did have the Maui. We know both of these are questing. And as much as I'd like to play Teeth and Ambitions, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. We're just going to play Goat, and he's just going to be Tremaine fodder. Okay, so they're clearly planning on playing Be Prepared on the following turn. So in that case, I don't actually mind playing out the Cusco. Because technically, if we play nothing out, they have the line. No, actually, no, that's not a good line. Challenging plus Tremaine. Yeah, they just have to play Be Prepared. So yeah, let's just ink the Cusco. But yeah, quest, Be Prepared. Fortunately, they'll be down to 2 cards in hand versus our 1 card in hand, but we're at 18 lore versus their 9. That's not what you wanted to see. Turns out I'm really good at drawing Be Prepared some of their bad goats that they get. They killed one of our goats. I remember mulliganing 1 goat, but I don't remember if I inked 1 or not. Okay, that is not an Ursula. Okay, Rabbit. Maleficent. Friends, we take it. Spellbook plus Go combo is kind of scary because those will get them there pretty quickly. But hopefully 18 will just be good enough. Okay, seems like a pretty simple quest plus Tremaine here. We definitely would have played Teeth and Ambitions if one of their things had 2 willpower. But yeah, in this case, no point in keeping it, we'll just ink it. So here they have to have another Be Prepared, assuming they have an ink, Be Prepared, plus spellbook up to 16. Okay. At least draw a card with a rabbit. That's... oh my goodness. Okay. It's awkward. Oh boy. Alright, I think we just have to risk it, honestly. Even though their card in hand is very likely to be their own Tremaine. Yeah. Yeah, Tremaine was the best possible card, and they still get to use Spellbook. We slow them down a lot if we play Be Prepared here. They can kill us with Quest, Activate plus Goat. Then that's just lethal. We played 2 goats so far though. So I just don't know if I should be playing around that or just playing for their win. Because we have enough ink to play Maleficent and Mim plus Maleficent again. Or we could play Be Prepared. I'm just going to go for the win and not play around goat number 3 at 19 cards. Or spellbook number 2, I guess. Yeah. Although here, if we find a Tremaine. No, okay. So... once again, I'd like to play around stuff that they're more likely to have than something that they're less likely to have. There are way more things that kill one of my characters. Okay, they're digging for it. Digging for the goat. Okay, excellent. Yeah, please let me know in the comments if you think it would have been better to play around something else. I think I played this correctly. But yeah, let me know. Either way, yeah, happy with the performance. 3-0. You love to see it. Thank you so much for watching. Since you made it this far, please remember to hit like and subscribe to see more content. Catch you next time.